is Kuliso Moraozi, formerly and professionally known as KoolB exclusive. I'm a music producer, / artist, and a director at Deviant Entertainment. My music was inspired by, I actually like music. I don't think nobody could understand actually, but I love music to an extent that I wanted to know exactly how to do what I'm listening to. So that's what inspired me the most. And another person who inspired me the most, who loved music the most, especially the hip hop genre, it's my brother, because he was the one who used to bump like the music that I resonate to, the one that I listen to like usually. So yeah, that's where it all came from. You give me a reason to look in the man. Oh baby, you're significant. I wish I knew that I was gonna need connections, I was gonna need money, or maybe somebody who would invest in my craft. So I think that's one thing I always wanted to know. My biggest failure the whole career was when I was supposed to drop a song like on the radios and on big blogs, the magazines, the TVs. We did that, we popped out cash, but nothing really worked out as we imagined. So that was the only biggest failure I've heard so far. I learned that before you start going out, you gotta like find out what you are going to encounter, like things that are there in the industry, because one thing about the industry, it's cutthroat. There's a certain way to get to the top. So I think I learned that. I lay my head on the thing to the sun. My biggest achievement in the music was when I shot my very first video and it popped up on TV like independently. There was no big record labels, no big fundings, but we made it to TV either way. So yeah, that was my biggest achievement so far. I don't wanna argue. To be honest, that song was genuinely like organically made in the studio. We didn't even plan it. It was just something that we do, obviously, and it popped up. And it was by that time whereby Afrobeats was popping. It was never popular that much in South Africa. We did it in 2016. I did an Afrobeat. That was my first Afrobeat to ever make, and I had something going on, you know. So yeah, that shit got me hooked into writing a song about somebody. So yeah, that's how the song came about. You know, when you're in love and everything is going well, man, whenever you're in a certain place, you get inspired by that thing. So it got me inspired at some point when I was in studio. As I told you, I didn't plan that thing, but because of what I had at that certain moment, yeah, got me like to make that song. Argue. I just wanna love you. Since the name of the song is Fondness, fondness probably means love and affection. So we're trying to portray a message whereby your spouse is being targeted by a lot of people, but at the same time, she's still fond of you, and that makes you wanna be fond back. So that's what fondness is all about. That's what I was trying to convey to the people. Not really, because I've put in so much work into music to an extent that I don't even have to think like too much to come up with a song. It's just genuinely in me. The first person who's been like most influential to me is Ray, because Ray used to come over my crib like every day just to put in work. So that shit got me like more hooked up into working like hard as I can. So he's the first person to inspire me. The second person is my brother Mish, who is my colleague. We opened the record label together along with Atoid and Ray. So he's one of the people who inspire me the most, because he always pressure me to put in work regardless of the situation we're having. either financially or mentally, is always there to make sure that we put in work. And the third person who inspires me the most is my mom, because she's been like the most down-to-earth person. She always motivates me to do the most whenever I get out. So yeah, those are the most three people putting so much effort in making me who I am today. CNR was established in 2012. That's when Ray was looking for a recording studio. But that time I only had a laptop and a recording microphone. So as I said previously, he's one of the most people who inspired me to work, like mostly. So yeah, he was like there every day. We ended up like joining forces and decided to work together like as a duo. That's how the duo came about. I would have said you're doing a good job because you've been consistent about what you wanted in your life. Since like you started thinking for yourself, since you decided your career, you've been sticking to it like since you were young, since the age of 15. So I'm really proud of you, and my advice is stay like that because you're gonna go far if you keep doing like that. I've learned that you need to do like a whole lot of networking. You need to build connections with people at higher places, not necessarily higher places, but people who could take you to higher places. Another thing I've learned that you need to do your research like thoroughly before trying to make a move like on whatever you're doing. So this is like to everybody, including like the people that are in the same industry as I am on. This is like one of the recent comments I got because I've been like on social media showing people that I've been working hard since this year started. It's still January, but somebody told me that if I could keep on working as I am working right now, I could blow up. I think that's the most compliment I've ever got like recently. There's another dude that I've been working with for a while now. His name is G Twiz. That's the person I'd love to work with, like consistently, like forever. And who else? I would love to work with one of the greats in Mzansi, obviously, Cass, because he's been like showing a lot of cats what to do in the game to stay at the top. So yeah, he inspires me a lot. And one other person I'd love to work with, is on the come up as well, but as doing like good numbers. It's Jimmy Landrose, is from Calfontaine. So yeah, he's one of the people I'd love to work with locally. Internationally, because I'm not into one genre obviously. So one person I'd love to work with, it's an R&B artist from the States, who goes by the name of Ari Lennox. She's signed by Dreamville. I'd love to work with her. I'd love to work with Khalid, like not DJ Khalid. Also, who else would I work with? Man, I'd love to work with Weezy because he's the reason I am what I am today. Like since I started bumping Weezy back in the days, that's when I fell in love with hip hop. So yeah, those are three artists I could work with from States. I'd love to have dinner with Kevin Hart since he's one of my favorite comedians. One of the person like who's been like funny like crazy ever since I knew comedy. I'd also love to have dinner with Pro, cause Pro like he was one of the pioneers of hip hop in Zanzi. If he was still alive, we'd probably have dinner most definitely. And last but not least, I'd love to have dinner with Dwayne Johnson, who's like one of the biggest actors recently in the States. He does like crazy action, comedy, like everywhere. Like I'd love to have dinner with those three people. Well, my advice would be stay working, stay building connections, get out there, let people see you. You don't have to be performing, you don't have to be doing anything. Just get out there, let people see you, link up with people, get to know people. Because music is all about the links you have. So, yeah, that's all you can do, like to get to the top. That's what I advise people who are in the music industry to do. Well, from the state that I'm at right now, I'd love to see my music chatting like globally. Globally, I mean like internationally, like everywhere, literally. That's where like I want to see myself in in the next coming few years, because most people like from the country that I'm at like end up in Mzansi, which is like not a good thing because we gotta be heard like everywhere. So that's where like I'd love to see myself in this next coming few years at a global state.
Oh, check the bag, man, she got it. She don't do that up and down, that's why I love it. She got time.
How do you put in like so much work and so much people in one place at the same time? Because most people are not into that type of things because they don't want to connect with other people, and most people are just like self-isolated and they want to work alone. So how does that happen?
Got all niggas in the hood.
I'd love to thank everybody who's supporting me, because y'all guys been with me from the get-go, and we're still deep on this journey, and I cannot wait to reach like bigger heights with y'all guys supporting me. Thank you so much.
I just wanna love.
You can find me on social media at KoolB with a K, KOOLB_CNR on all social media platforms. And if you're looking for my music, you can go to CNR_duo on every digital platform. There's links on the bio. So yeah, that's where you can get me. That's where you can find my music.